Welcome back, everybody. 7 minutes for seniors. Chris Wilson, Modified Independence. I got to be careful not to put my hands on the table because it shakes the camera. Here with Ashley Michaelis, Empowered Voice Rehab, coming from their universal headquarters here in Jacksonville, right?
Yep.
I never did ask you, how many employees do you have? Do you have employees or
I do.
contract?
So,
or are you 1099 them? What are you doing?
So I have myself who works as a W-2 employee for my company, mostly full-time. I also have another employee. Her name's Samantha Bryant. She's another W-2 employee. She works anywhere from 15 to 30 hours a week, and she's another voice specialist and neuro specialist. She's wonderful. She's absolutely fantastic. And then I have some PRN contractors to cover for when we are unavailable.
Awesome. So our fourth segment, just more fun stuff, right? We already learned about hobbies. If you didn't check her out, check out her group that sings a cappella, is getting the band back together. So exciting about that. Fourth segment, the table. Just imagine on the table, there's cake, cookies, candy bars, ice cream, or pie. They're all on the table, any kind you want. Which one are you picking?
Oh, ice cream.
Ice cream. Okay. What kind of ice cream?
Toasted coconut.
That's left field. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
That's totally. So is it coconut milk?
No.
So it is dairy milk with
yes.
toasted coconut in it.
Yes, and it's specifically the toasted coconut from Kilwins.
Oh.
It's so good.
Okay.
It's so good. It's my favorite.
I'm not much of a coconut fan, so I mean, I'm not anti-coconut, but I'm just not like the biggest coconut fan.
It has toasted coconut and chocolate in it.
Yeah. Yeah. So ice cream, toasted coconut ice cream. Okay. Yeah. Do you bake?
I do.
Yeah.
I do a lot of baking.
Yeah.
Should have answered that with my hobbies, but
okay.
Pregnancy brain. It went out the window.
That's fine.
No, I do a lot of baking. I grew up baking and doing some pretty complex baking. I've actually, a couple years ago, I won a pie baking competition here in Jacksonville.
Wow, that's awesome.
with a pie that I made that was completely dairy-free, soy-free. I think it might have been gluten-free.
Yeah.
And a dairy-free ice cream with it.
Wow.
Yeah, because I had a lot of problems with my pregnancy and food intolerances. And so I had to learn how to do a lot of dairy-free, soy-free baking, which was interesting at that time. So, but yeah, I love like regular baking too.
So do you prefer to bake or do you prefer to cook?
Oh, baking.
Baking.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. My husband actually gets on to me because, and it's a pretty frequent argument, that I didn't tell him that I could make homemade cinnamon rolls until we were 3 years into our relationship.
Holy moly. Yeah, that's kind of important.
And so I get reamed out about that a lot.
Yeah, that's kind of important. Like you didn't bust that out in 3 years?
Well, there was a lot going on then. Yeah, no, I get a lot of blowback for that. Yeah. But especially around Christmas time, baking is really important to us. We do a lot of like old world baking.
Okay.
So my grandmother and her great grandmother and tradition, are somewhere from around the Czechoslovakia, Poland region. We're not exactly sure where, but they've passed down a lot of family recipes that we do every Christmas, including poppy seed roll, nut roll, lady locks, pecan tea tassies, like just pretty extensive.
That's a completely different language.
It's like some of the cookies take like 3 days to make.
Oh, really?
Yeah, wow. It's not like bake a chocolate chip cookie.
Right, yeah. So you mentioned Poland. What's goulash to you?
So that's a bad question for me because I don't really eat goulash.
No.
No.
But what do you think of when I say goulash?
Just a conglomerate of things. Polish food was less important to us than like the baking stuff. So with the exception of pierogies.
Right. Pierogies. Yeah,
Mm,
absolutely. Yeah.
pierogies, yep. That's the or in the stuffed cabbage.
Okay.
Pierogies and stuffed cabbage is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the go-to for us. But we never really had goulash growing up. It was
Okay.
not like a thing
All right.
for us.
So the other question, beer, liquor, wine, or water? Obviously,
As a
a couple of
singer,
those are
water.
right. A couple of those are out of the question right
All
now,
of them
right?
are out of the question, no,
Right.
except for water. But water is super important.
Right.
As a professional voice user, occupational voice user, hydration is so important
Right.
to our function of our body and our health and our brain health as well. So I like water a lot.
When you're not producing babies, do you have alcohol, or are you
Sometimes socially,
non-alcoholic? Yeah.
socially.
Okay.
It, and it varies. Sometimes I'm in the mood for a beer. Sometimes I'm in the mood for a cup of like a glass of wine, or
Yeah.
sometimes I'll have a little bit of liquor, but
Not much.
not much. I'm
Yeah.
kind of an occasional social drinker, but not super frequently.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's not good for you, right? Well, I appreciate you. Thank you for being on. That was our fourth segment of 7 Minutes for Seniors. If you haven't seen them, go back and check out the other 3 segments that you missed. It's good information. Otherwise, we will be back tomorrow for our 5th and final segment. Y'all have a great day.